Fundamentally, I don't think customer expectation has changed dramatically. Customers still want, a good service, a good product, convenience, a good price point. I think what has changed probably is time pressure and distraction. So especially when we think about digital retail or e-commerce and people shopping online, the most important thing when thinking about their journey and how we behave and the kind of service or experience we give them is to be conscious of that. The fact that a lot of people are shopping on their phones, which means that they've got every other distraction that can come into that space to take them away from the shopping journey. We need to be making sure that our websites are fast and responsive, that it's really easy to find products. So our search and merchandising needs to be on point and they can really get to the product that they want. But really, probably most importantly, get rid of all the bugs, anything that could halt their journey and stop them in their tracks and allow them to drop out of the loop and go off and do something else is pretty critical. So that behavioral piece that's changed, I guess it's more about attention spans, I think, with the kind of audience who are engaging with your site or your brand or your products. Being customer first or customer centric or customer focused is all about listening to customers, fundamentally. And that's difficult to do in a digital space because you're confronted by lots and lots of data, a big mountain of data, and you're looking for insights and opportunities within that data. And it's very, very easy to forget that each tiny point of data, each session on a website or a transaction is a human being doing that, because we step back and we look at the larger numbers and we focus on trends. The best way to be customer centric and customer focused is to actually make sure that your customer support team who are talking to customers, either receiving and responding to emails or even on the phone with them, that what they're feeding back into the business is listened to and acted on just as much as, a much broader kind of sweep of data. Because for the one customer who bothers to pick up the phone and tell you that there's a problem, maybe with your product or with your website, you can guarantee that there are 1,000 customers who've simply decided not to bother and are just going to vote with their feet and walk away and never potentially come back to your brand. So listen to the customers. That's the first thing. I think if you're somebody who works at a high level in marketing, in advertising, in e-commerce, online or off, I think the really important thing to be able to do is to maintain some commerciality. Be close enough to the numbers. Within a lot of organizations, there are lots of different teams, and we all become a little bit siloed, and we're all chasing different KPIs. So, acquisition marketeers they're chasing traffic and trying to drive that to the site. Somebody else's responsibility is maybe conversion rate. And then nobody within the business at that level is necessarily really focused on revenue or margin or profit or EBIT. Those are the kind of things that everyone needs to be focusing on, whether you're doing a social media post or sending emails or you're running, millions of pounds worth of Google ad campaigns. Everyone needs to be able to kind of do that. So as the senior marketeer, your job's very much to make sure that the team completely understand that and we're all pulling in the same direction. Otherwise, conflicts of interests can occur and we can all be chasing different numbers. So stepping back and being able to be really commercial as well as good at communicating and delivering, the campaigns and the advertising, the ideas that are going to engage with customers.